to money as much, as something along the lines of a podcast.
What else does he have other than an Instagram?
I think he sells his tomato salsa stuff, like tomato sauce for pasta on his Instagram. So he might do okay.
Is that it? Is that all his
I think
main
that's
thing?
all he's got. He had a pod going for
So
a
he's a
while.
salsa salesman.
How many followers does he have?
He had 1 million.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's, I mean,
So
I don't know. I
depends on how
cannot
much-
tell with him.
So
I
it just
cannot tell
depends
with
how
him.
much reels he posts a month, and
Yeah, and
you
he
cannot
had
make
it,
money
to
on
get the
Instagram.
million. To get the million, he is engaged to a girl from that world, the real from the Bachelor world.
Yeah.
So
Have you
she's
returned
not
to
even. I mean, he could probably do it. He could do pretty good. If
Do
he
you
wanted
ever
to fuck
return
like
to-
college chicks or some shit? So I think he's doing it for the. What's up?
do you ever return to that world? Like,
I don't think they're not gonna let me return to that world.
He showed up at season 20. He showed up and masturbated outside the mansion window. Security had to escort him away.
is that
true.
real? Is
That's
that
not
real?
true. No,
Okay.
you know what? I mean, look, I said you need my big dick on a girl's Instagram, and that was how I got canceled off the.
Are you too old for that thing now? Are you?
No, I could do it. I can still do it. I think
Golden
they-
Bachelor.
Because like,
They had a guy at 38 in Paradise last year, so I'm 30.
would
I'm
you
about
like
to be
do
38.
Too Hot to Handle or any of
You
that
know,
stuff?
I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would do it.
He'd be
Just
too
if-
on too gay to play.
I would do it if it's gonna help, like what I actually like to do, which is fucking doing this shit. And then, to be honest, I mean, it's pretty unique what we do on the road with Danny. It's very enjoyable. I find it enjoyable, and if it would help bring people to this, which I doubt it would, because it's like 85% women that are. I don't know. They would never laugh at anything we do, probably.
It'd be more for our current fans to laugh at you
Exactly.
in The Bachelor.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would do it for them, and I would do a giant Danny Mullen bit. At some point, I would
And
have
then-
like you would
yeah.
get a text from a random person and be like, "Leo wants you to know that currently he's in a room with 8 of the single women, and it's possibly his last day. Do you have any ideas as to what maybe he should do as to make a grand exit?" And then I would, whatever you say, dude,
Yeah.
you send me something
Like-
fucked up.
Like
I'll do it.
not on
I'll
the
do it.
producer or not on the the host.
Well, that's assault, Baron.
Is it?
But I was thinking, like, if,
But I mean, it's reality TV though.
I mean, imagine like if you could go back in time to Bachelor in Paradise and play
Yeah.
that blowout different. I'm imagining you
yeah.
wasted sort of the energy you had when we went back to Waterworld.
Yeah.
And just like Oakley's on.
Right.
You're like, this is why y'all fucking need
Yeah,
me.
dude, it would have been so much better. dude.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I was gonna say, Danny, you're absolutely incorrect because it depends on what state you're in. Because I heard in California you can pretty much do anything.
You can
Seems
just jizz
like
on
it.
people's legs.
Well, I just saw a reel like some girl got jizzed in like a
Yeah.
convenience store like recently.
Yeah,
and
just
I don't think that was
some
LA though.
big
I think
black
that was
dude
yeah.
was
Yeah.
just like all she had was a video of him running out of the store. I believe he was black, but
Yeah.
she was like, this guy fucking came on.
Okay.
me."
Yeah.
That guy needs to get a job in porn ASAP.
Yeah.
Because his timing is exquisite.
not on demand.
Can you
Yeah,
imagine?
that's,
Yeah, just-
yeah.
Like in public, timing
Yeah.
it, like so you
Yeah.
can jizz on somebody.
public, bro, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
crazy.
He dodged
Yeah.
security.
Yeah.
The loss prevention, the manager.
He turned and then he turned himself in.
He did
Really?
He turned himself
Oh,
in
okay.
the next
I
day
got- I
after it
didn't
went
see that
viral.
part.
He's
I didn't
honest.
see part two.
He's
Yeah.
honest.
He's an honest guy, yeah.
Like Adam 22 needs to get him
But
on Blood
did
Talk.
he turn himself in for clout, or did he turn himself in because he felt guilty?
It was
I
wide
don't know.
neck. It was wide neck.
It was
and shit.
wide neck.
I don't know.
Like he said, "Yeah, that was me." That white girl didn't know what was coming.
That is so.
That was a
fucked
2-week load.
up.
That was he was a what they call tantric. You know,
Tantric.
I saved up for 2 weeks.
Tantric. I want to pull
Yeah.
up that clip. We'll do it next week, though. It remains to this day that if a guy starts talking about semen retention, I do not trust him. Didn't Kelvin start talking about that last week?
Kelvin's been worrying me recently with some of the things he's been bringing up. Absolutely. And look, I think we could talk about this, but when he woke you up for the toiletries, how pissed were you?
Yeah.
On the road. Dude,
Yeah.
okay, as a guy that has known Danny if you know Danny for more than 3 weeks, you understand that the one thing he cares about is sleep. And not only that, you're his boss. He's
Yep.
getting paid. And he would refuse to let me explain to him that he couldn't do it. I was like, Kelvin, look at me. If you wake him up at 1 a.m. because you forgot your fucking toothbrush in the car.
And there was another toothbrush at my parents' house that he could have used.
When we exactly in the fucking case, But if you wake him up
You're
to
done.
use, I swear to God, dude, because you forgot your toiletries at 1 a.m. when we have the last video of the year where he's trying to go big, make it great for the hundreds of thousands of people that watch it. If you are going to ruin this man's sleep,
You're done.
you're nuts. I was like, no, he's not going to. He is going to be very upset. Do not do it. And he goes, but who would be so? I was like, a lot of people,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
especially that guy.
Yeah.
I was like, are you fucking nuts? And I was like, you're an adult. Go do it.
What
You're digging your own
nationality is Calvin?
fucking grave. But
What
yeah, and then he
nationality
woke
is
him up,
Calvin?
dog. He fucking woke him up.
What nationality?
he's
is
Mexican.
He's Mexican.
Yeah.
He's like he lives in a fairy tale land of like sweet, like where he truly, like, for example, when he did get in an altercation when they were trying to like steal his Tesla and he did get punched. And when he approached the guy, he was just like, apparently according to Ruman, he was trying to like just be like, hey man, what's going on? You trying to steal my car? Put his arm like, hey man, like, what's up, dude? And the guy just fucking bam. So Kelvin is just the sweetest soul, but he doesn't see that like a man could get very, upset if he loses some
How old is
It
the
was
guy?
also in the deep sleep. It was the first hour of sleep. And I told him, I was like, bro, the first hour you get into deep.
REM sleep.
Like I
yeah.
can show you on my goddamn Fitbit. I was like, he's in deep.
He's
You're
REM.
gonna wake him up out of deep?
Yeah, he woke me up out of
Yeah.
deep. I should have knocked him out like the guy who stole his
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
REM sleep is
That's
like,
how he'll learn.
like-
Maybe after the second time.
Yeah. He woke me up in Death Valley too.
Dude,
Yeah.
he did. He's
How
done it a
old
couple
is
times.
How old is Calvin?
He's like 28, 29.
Yeah,
Great
ignorant.
kid, super
Ignorant.
sweet. He lives in like a Disney movie
Yeah.
in his head. He's just
This
like
is the next
everyone.
generation is just
Kelvin,
That's
I'm gonna
nice.
knock you out if you wake me up again.
Don't ever fucking wake him up again. He's like a sitcom character in how he looks at the world. Rose-colored glasses, to say the least. It's good though. It's a good
Hey,
thing.
it's because you're retaining semen, dude. He just needs to jizz, and then
If
he'll
he
make better
jizzed.
decisions.
Yeah,
Yes.
that'll frustrate a man.
Correct.
I don't understand why you'd want to do that. It's like we reproduce every 24 hours. That's the whole purpose of release.
I try to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You want the last one, Big Dog?
No, I got to drive.
All right.
Yeah.
it's good. He's already bad enough at that.
Please.
Listen, because I
Are you
because I
gonna
had
take
you know your
one.
stereotype.
No, I meant him because he's Asian,
you're-
but you too
that's
because you
fine.
sideswipe people.
Your stereotypes
Leo,
are
I'll
just
take that.
way off, Danny. You know what you remind me of is like fucking Opie from fucking like the Hicks. You know, you've never lived past out of a small town, so.
I live in LA.
He did. Okay, so
but
Danny.
that's my point. Is like that's what surprises me. You live in LA. You think you'd know a lot more than that. You'd be
Well,
more
like I'm
cultured.
saying, I'm trying to help the Asians. Like, for example, I defend Asian penises all the time
Actually,
because
how
I
many
tell the
Asian
story
girlfriends
for
have
you.
you had,
What's up?
Danny?
8 girlfriends?
Girlfriends?
Oh,
Got a
I've
part
had
Asian.
one who
I'm
was.
not talking about one night stands. I'm talking about like relations.
I had one who was Polynesian, and then my ex was a quarter Chinese.
Okay.
So
for like
2
3
So
years.
you
and a
haven't
half,
had
like a
very
1.5.
much experience in it.
I would say having a Polynesian ex and then a girlfriend who was a quarter Chinese, and then I went to UCLA, which used to be called the University of Caucasians Lost in Asia.
UCLA, honestly, all Asians are white.
I lived in San Francisco.
They're so liberal,
I
they're
worked at a fucking like a gangstered out restaurant that was a front for organized crime, all Asian crime lords. I've been around a lot of Asians, dude. And I do martial arts.
Okay.
My first official blowjob girl was Asian at UCLA.
So I know
I've never
fucking
had sex
Asians.
with an Asian.
That's
I
What?
don't know.
I've never
Your
had sex with a
stereotypes are
Jesse,
so outdated.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just-
have a
I was,
girlfriend?
I was just going with the hack you can't drive joke,
was
and
being
you're
a
making
hack.
it worse.
Yeah.
He was being a hack on
Okay.
purpose. It was
That's
on an
fine.
on purpose hack. But yeah, I agree with you. It
Yeah.
it is a hacky to say that Asians can't drive, but I'll say this.
Well, you know why? I would agree if you were saying women, Asian women.
Yeah.
Because I don't let my wife drive because I'm scared as fuck when she gets behind the wheel. So
Okay,
I'd
Mr.
understand.
Progressive.
Hey,
I'll say
He's
this.
like,
I
he
don't
was,
care.
so he was like, you know what, Danny? That's a
I didn't-
harmful
I didn't say
stereotype.
progressive. I didn't
That's
say
harmful.
I didn't say progressive. I said your stereotypes are outdated. That's all I'm saying. Like if you want to generalize Asian, like if you said Asian women, I'd be behind you. But when you just said Asians, in
I have a
general,
question about Asian women
Yeah.
recently because I've most of the time in my life when I've met Asian women, they're killing it in life and very smart. I am taking a little class around the way, and there's a couple of these chicks. They're Asian, and you would think, dude, these girls' IQs must be. I'm talking low, man. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I've never met an Asian woman like these two. They're like,
Where they grew up in America?
I can't even tell you, to be
If
honest.
they grew up in America, I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, yeah, that's possible. They went through the education
Agreed.
system
I would
here.
agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because every other Asian woman I've ever met has been in a professional setting, usually like either when I was at Canon or like, and they're just like dominating,
Yeah.
just dominating. But these two are
as
like,
rock.
I swear to God, they're like Dumb and Dumber, bro.
Yeah.
They are like Dumb and Dumber.
Give us an example without totally selling
All right,
out. It's an acting class, right?
It's an acting class. So okay, for example, today there was for example, it was like a very basic vocabulary word. She was like, I don't know what that means. It was like something like anniversary, bro. I swear to God, it was like on the level of anniversary.
Right.
And she exclaimed, which I would be like, I'm just gonna chat GPT
Yeah.
it. She's like, I don't know what that means.
All right.
And
How old did they
everybody's
look?
just
How
like,
old did they look?
this is where it
You
gets
can't
weird.
remember the word?
She couldn't. Can't remember the word. I'm gonna think about it. I smoked a little bit of a joint with
So on
Jesse,
his
and I've
scale-
had 6 beers. All right. I don't remember the
Scale
word.
1 to 10.
But-
Hotness.
She's not attractive. They're both
Okay,
40.
that's sad.
That is
No
that's what
way.
makes
Wow.
it so
Wow.
weird.
No way.
That's what makes it unbelievable. Every time I'm in class, I just stare at them sometimes, and I'm just like, how do these
Bro,
two
I'll
exist?
tell- I'll tell
What
you
do they
100%
do?
I
for
tell you the
work?
scenario.
What is wrong
I
with
tell you
them?
the scenario how that happened. I'll tell
How
you
did it
exactly that happened.
They're 40, by the
Yeah,
way, over
they're
40, both of them.
They got into America on a visa.
And now they
Married
speak good English.
They married a white guy. He did everything for them their entire life.
Mm-hmm.
They got divorced, and then now they're on their own.
Do they have accents though, Leo?
No.
Oh, they're
No,
fucking-
no,
But
no,
Asians,
I'm saying,
Asians are
that's
good
what
at
that's what
keeping
I'm
their
saying.
like
they were with a white guy for years. He did everything for them.
no accents.
But that sounds like they're born in America though.
Does it matter? No. If they've been in America long enough, that accent can leave.
I'll say this: there is no accent, but I'm not 100% sure they were born here.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
could be right. They could.
No,
I
that-
swear
that's
the
the
Asians
scenario.
learn it so well
Yeah.
that you can't hear the accent.
That's
bro.
the scenario. They married a white guy when they were young. He took care of them for so many years. They did everything. And then he said, fuck this dumb bitch. I'm done. And
Dude,
now
you're
they're
so
on their
right.
own.
She got some money. She's
now
taking an
they're on
acting
their
class.
own. They fucking took him for
true.
half. And they're trying to like get their own life going. And now they're dumb as rocks. They've been dumb
I
as
mean,
rocks.
dumb as
Bro, but
fucking
the amount of
rocks.
people that you run into in LA though that are like that is insane.
Yeah.
I
dumb
run
as rocks?
into
But
But that's the scenario I'm
where
talking
they, where
about.
they had
Yeah.
where they live
It's a
these
good point.
extravagant lives where they have all this money in the world.
Exactly.
They don't have to do anything,
Yep.
and it's just like they can't
They
even
never
fucking
have
book a
to do
flight.
anything.
Jesse,
at
be
all.
honest with me. When I was calling you about the equipment on the podcast and I was asking you some of those questions, did you think I was retarded?
No, not at all.
Okay, so there
No,
were
no, no.
normal questions
Dude,
about
yeah, but the thing is
something I
you're-
don't know much about.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. Like I get it. Like I'm still trying to figure this shit out. You know what I
Sure.
mean? Like even doing this fucking since October, like professionally. I'm
He's
still trying
being
to figure this
humble
out.
right now. When we talked to him about
No,
his
no, no.
podcast prowess before this, he's like,
Yeah, you know.
I got this,
Name
dude.
dropping.
You do your job, I got this.
His name dropping. I
He's
won't
like,
say
It
the
doesn't
name.
mean things aren't going to go
I'm
wrong.
fucking with you,
but
Jesse.
it doesn't
No, no,
mean
no,
things
you're
aren't going to
fine.
go wrong. I'm
Yeah.
just saying it's like he
He's got
does
experience.
do this
He has
more.
experience, yeah.
The way he explained the process, I do believe that he knows how to do it.
Yeah.
I'll say that. It
Yeah.
seems it's like a math problem. He gave me the beginning to the end, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I can
'cause
see
all
all
it
of
was
that.
was just like, what was your budget? What
Yeah.
are you
Yeah,
looking
with
for?
any
Yeah.
job
Yeah.
analysis, and it's
you
just a
need
job
like
analysis.
it's just like a job analysis. It's like I don't know how to in the corporate world it would be like what's in your employee pamphlet. You know what I mean?
And honestly, this is the most diverse job I've had yet. I mean, Danny's the only white guy here, so you know.
I don't identify. as
Danny's
white,
a
though.
token white guy anyway.
He does, dude. His 23andMe, his mom is like a very heavily Spanish, so Danny could be like a good
actually, I can see that.
30.
Yeah, I could actually.